My name is Tyron. I'll be doing a speech on Steve Jobs' commencement speech. Start off Steve Jobs' commencement speech. He started off by saying he never graduated college. If you know or somewhere heard of him, this is somewhat surprising and shocking. He begins speaking on the 3 stories and its importance to him. To begin the first story, he started off by saying his mother was a young and unwed woman who didn't graduate college, but yet wanted his adopted parents wanted his adopted parents to be people who did graduate college. Steve's adopted parents also didn't attend college, but promised to make him go. His mother was very hesitant of giving it to him, but eventually did. I feel Steve included to show that his mother's love was more of a long-term thing, but also to show that it's possible to be successful no matter where you're from. At 17, he attended college using his parents' savings to go. He later dropped out of college, not seeing the value of it. He eventually started taking classes that held more value to him and interested him. During college, he slept on his friend's floor and he picked up trash cans because he didn't have a dorm room. Steve is pointing out you should find something that fits you and that has importance to you, and if it's something you really want, then work for it. Just like any other college student that enters college, he's pretty much lost. Even after he drops out of college after 6 months, he puts his trust in himself to be successful and uses his past to make his future more clear. In the second story, he begins the second story by mentioning his company, which him and his friend created in his mother's garage. Steve was given a clear and simple view of his trust and the confidence he had in himself after dropping out of college. This company was later named Apple. Eventually, it grows into a $2 billion company. As the company grew over time, he then hired someone to help him run his company. Him and his new hire started off strong and was very compatible, but eventually fell off, which led him to being fired from his own company. After months of his embarrassing moment, Steve still had love for what he did and started over. Steve is showing that even after being humiliated, saddened, and embarrassed, that he never lost the love for what he did. Even after that, he still knew what he still wanted to do, and relied on his trust in himself. After starting over, his company was named Pixar. He also met his wife in the making as well. This shows that all bad decisions in his life is the end of this world. Every decision and mishap can be a blessing in disguise. If you continue doing what you're doing, you'll never be lost. He begins his third story by death. He goes to say that death is unescapable, but how important is one's life if used right. The death and the life of Steve Jobs is what made him make his big decision in his life. In a sense, this makes sense, because it's very accurate in one's life. Other than other people's perceptions and other people's opinions, the only person that can make your decisions, good or bad, they'll forever stick with you. Steve down the line has been diagnosed with cancer. It was given about 6 months to live by the doctors. He then goes back for an autopsy and finds out it's curable by surgery. After surgery, he goes on to speak on how his life-threatening situation made him feel. He speaks on how death was so unappreciated and its importance. The death that is always saddening, but yet gives us a new generation hope of trusting oneself and reaching out to an idea that seems so far, but yet could be in the grasp of your hands.